forget everything I say. All right, y'all. So this is my Hey Queen Bays. This is my first time going live in my Queen Bays group. I've done it before in IGC. And like I said in my post on both channels, a lot of the things that I do in one business actually kind of helps the other one. So I've been going live over there, so I'm going to try live over here now. So the name of this live is timing. I think I posted in comments, or in the description, but now I can't, of course, see the description because I'm doing it on my phone. So I'll look at it afterwards. But timing, right? So who would have ever thought that in this day and in this time, 2019, we would have had 4 Black African American women who are queens, right? Miss Teen USA, Miss USA, Miss America, and Miss Universe. And like I said, timing. Tell me these women did not have ambitious goals. Like, who would have thought that this year all of them would have won, 2 of which who won while still wearing their natural hairs in the competition? Like, tell me they weren't being ambitious, right? Because they could not have thought, or we could not have thought that that was a realistic thing. And listen till the end, because I'm not talking about like, I'm not going into the gender thing or the black thing. I'm just speaking, so just listen before I confuse myself. Who would have ever thought that in this time, like, that would have been realistic, that we would have had 4 African American queens in this time? Like, who thought that would have been realistic, a realistic thing to think? And then a realistic thing to think that 2 of them are like rocking their natural hairs as the queens that they are. Because who would have ever thought that was realistic when we still have states today who are still passing laws saying that we can't wear or they have to pass a law to approve us wearing our natural hair in its state to work. Like, the hair that's coming out of our head the way that it is. Like, we can wear it to work or to schools, because children are still being, I guess, punished for wearing their hair a certain way when they go to school, right? Who would have ever thought that the two of the queens now realistically could have thought that they would have won with their natural hairs like that? And I have a point. I'm going to get to it, right? So that's the problem that I have with SMART goals. So if you know SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. That's the acronym for SMART, right? And part of the thing that I always cringe about when it comes to SMART goal is the realistic and attainable. Whose idea of attainable and realistic are we talking about? Right? Because if it didn't happen that, I guess when the second one won, the second African American woman won, I don't know the order of the contest, but when the second one won, who would have thought that a third one was going to win, right? Who could have predicted that? And then who could have predicted that a fourth one was going to win? And I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying, who would have ever thought that? Like, in this day and age when we still creating laws about us being able to wear our hair to work or to school the way that it comes out, who would have ever thought that they would have won, right? And all of them in the same year. I know black is beautiful. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that who would have ever thunk it, right? Or who would have ever said that out loud in this day and age? Because even when I was listening to and you can fact check me because I might be saying the wrong year or the wrong thing. GMA, when Miss Universe was on there, the last time that they had a black queen was maybe 8 years ago or something like that, I think they said, right? So really, who's realistic were we talking about when we're talking about SMART goals, right? So this is why I'm coming out with my new goals, royal goals. And like I said, timing, right? This, I couldn't have timed this more perfectly. Royal goals are relative, original, yours, ambitious, and levitating. Because let me tell you, those women, they had to be, my hand is pointing, those women had to be ambitious to think that they could have joined that competition, that they would have won, and they could have won it doing what they do. The young girl, especially with rocking her natural hair, like, she had to be ambitious to think that she could have won that. And for those people who think that ambitious is a bad word, I don't think ambitious is a bad word. Some people try to make ambitious a bad word, but let's all be ambitious. Because I think that a lot of people are like staying in this little box of, well, I'm not going to step outside this box. I'm going to conform to what society says that we should do, and I'm going to That's what I think SMART goals does. It's like kind of keeps us in this little box. And I think we should be done with that. Like SMART goals came out in the 80s. I did a little bit of research. SMART goals came out in the 80s. And today we're still doing them. Now, don't get me wrong. SMART goals work. For specific things, especially when you it's job related or you're doing like little goals in life and stuff like that. SMART goals work, but SMART goals isn't for everybody, and SMART goals isn't for those women who want to step outside of the box and do something that's a little bit different, a little bit like what's not the norm for today. So that's why I'm like, okay, I need to cut this SMART goals thing, because I've been doing our goals. So back it up. I've been setting goals for a long time. I've been doing it with women now since about 2008. And I've been doing it online now for the last 2 years. So 2017, I did it. We call it Start Your Year Right, where at the end of the year, we create our goals for the next year. And this year, it's going to be called Bridging the Gap 2020. So I'll include a link for that somewhere, but Bridging the Gap 2020 is what we're doing. And I'm like, I think we should kind of cut the SMART goals thing, because I think that SMART goals kind of put people in a box, and then for those people who actually do their SMART goals or create their SMART goals and they don't actually pull all the way through, I think it makes them feel kind of dumb, right? Because you took all this time creating this SMART goal and then you didn't finish it. Like, would you feel smart if that happened to you? Like, would you feel smart if you completed this goal and you didn't finish it? I thought doing all that stuff was supposed to make me smart, one, and was supposed to actually make me accomplish my goal, and I didn't. So this year, I'm like, well, we're not doing SMART goals anymore. So I'm taking SMART goals out of the activity, and we're going to make them royal goals, because we are going to be winning in 2020. That's my hashtag for 2020. Hashtag winning in 2020. Because we're not going to be playing this game where we're staying in this little box, or the box that realistic and attainable puts us when we're doing SMART goals, right? We are going to be stepping outside of this box, and we're going to be a lot more royal in 2020, and we are going to be stepping inside of our greatness, because I think that women especially, we need to stop playing small, or playing into these little I don't even know what's the word for it, but these little things that they put us in, like, oh, you're supposed to be a mom over here, or you're supposed to talk like a specific way when you're in the office over here. Like, we need to stop. Really, we need to stop. We need to be getting more out into who we really are and stepping into ourselves. And I think that we can do that when we start creating goals that are more royal and smart, because we're queens and we need to be stepping into our greatness and putting on your crowns. I need y'all to start wearing your crowns. So royal goals are, again, I'm going to say relative, original, yours, ambitious, and levitating. And that's a part of the Bridging the Gap process that we're doing for 2020. I'll include a link for you guys to sign up. And then my book, Royal Goals, the Royal Goals Workbook, is coming out on Monday, December 16th. So the book is to go with the class that starts on January 6th. So Bridging the Gap 2020 starts on January 6th. And I'm putting out the book in December so that you can get the book before the class starts, so that you can be ready when we actually start the class. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get the book. You don't have to get the book. You can get a regular notebook that's not been used and use it for the class. Like, I'm just giving you the information and the exercises. You don't have to have the book necessarily to do it, but we've been doing this now for 2 years. And I've been giving like the free printables and stuff for you to download. And every day that we go through the exercises, you print out your new worksheets and you complete the assignments. And I found that it's kind of not hard keeping track of all the papers, but once you're printing out all these papers and putting them in different places, it's like, I'm a clutter bug. Yeah, my husband can tell you I'm a clutter bug. So I have like papers here, papers there, papers everywhere. So I'm like, we're not doing the paper thing this year. We're in a digital age. So I said, okay, we know what, I'm going to put this in a book. And since, like I said, my businesses kind of help each other. Like when I learn and do something in one business, I kind of take it over to the other business. So in my other business, I just printed or published my first book. So I'm like, okay, well, I can do another book. Why not? I just published one and I sold over 100 of them on Amazon, and then I'm still selling them in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, I can do this. So I changed the format to be a book for the challenge for the Bridging the Gap challenge for 2020. So I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And then I don't have to have paper here, paper there, paper everywhere. And I can have everything in one book. And as you do the assignments, all you have to get is not one book, and you don't have to go downloading papers like every day as each assignment comes out. So the book will be available on December 16th. Right now, the pre-order is available if you're ordering the ebook. Well, like I said, the ebook, it's easier if you are able to write it out in the book and keep it in one place. If you get the ebook, you still have to go through because you can't like type into the ebook or anything. You would still have to print out the pages if you wanted to do the assignments. So the ebook, you can still get it as an ebook, and you'll have like the meaning of the royal goals and the different steps. That way you can actually go back and reference it. But the printable will be better for writing, and authors will know that. Like, I'm not just trying to tell you to go get the book or get the paperback book, because if you're an author, you know that people make more money off of ebook sales than actual paperbacks. Because with the paperbacks, we have to pay the printing costs. The printing cost comes out of the price of the book, right? When it's an ebook, you get more of that cost because you don't have to print anything. So me telling you to get the paperback is not me trying to put money or line money in my pockets. Me telling you to get the paperback it's a lot easier to have the paperback than getting the ebook and then still having to write out your answers on the paper. Okay, so I'm like not trying to go all over the world, but back to timing. So I couldn't have timed this better myself for me to be putting out the royal goals at the same time when we have this to look at in the news, where these 4 awesome, amazing, beautiful Black women are queens for the year 2019. Like, whoever thought that was realistic? I know I didn't, but I'm glad that they were ambitious enough to think that they could do it, and they did it. And we need more of that ambition in women today, in our young girls. We need to start teaching them, like Miss Universe said, we need to start teaching them to be leaders, because that's what we are. And if we don't start stepping up and stepping out of these in the box goals, where SMART goals are trying to keep you in this little box, if we don't start stepping out of that and stepping into ourselves, let me tell y'all, we're going to still be playing it small in 2020, and we're not playing it small in 2020, because my hashtag is winning in 2020. So y'all going to see me start putting that out. Hashtag winning in 2020, because we're not playing it small in 2020. So royal goals, if you visit my channel, my YouTube channel, and I'll probably try to put a link to that. I'll go into more detail on what royal goals are on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link when the book comes out on December 16th where you can order it, and then you can sign up for the challenge that starts on January 6th. So it's January 6th because I'm giving you all time to, clear up whatever it is you have left to do in 2019, and then get your party on, do whatever it is you need to do for New Year's Eve. I'm giving you enough time to order the book so that you can have it by January 6th. And then you start fresh on January 6th, creating the goals that you want to carry out in 2020. And 2020, our goals are going to be what? Royal. Because we're queens and we're going to start living and acting like it. So royal goals, again, are relative, original, yours, ambitious, and levitating. We are going to leave SMART goals in this decade that's passed. Leave SMART goals back there, because we are stepping into this new decade as queens with royal goals, right? And this is me stepping into a little bit of myself and some of the things that I said I want to accomplish for, I guess, the rest of 2019 and 2020. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing more Facebook Lives, because I'm a record it, edit out all the uhs, edit out all the mistakes, and then publish it kind of girl. So we'll see if I do any more Facebook Lives. But 2020, I want y'all to start winning in 2020. Like I said, you don't have to get the workbook to sign up for the free class that starts on January 6th. I'll put the link for the class in this group, and then I'll share it on my page as well. Make sure you sign up for it, because we're going to be going through the 6 steps on how to create your goals for 2020 to get you to living closer to your ideal life. Because in 2020, starting in 2020, we're winning in 2020. But starting in 2020, we need to start getting closer to the ideal life that we want, the life that we dream of. And that could be you moving from an A2 or whatever position you are, to a VP in your company, to you starting your own business, to you starting a family, like whatever that means for you. Because R in royal is relative, and relative means whatever that is for you in the state that you are in your life. And it doesn't mean that you are conforming to, okay, well, I'm in my 20s, so I should be thinking about my career, or I'm in my 30s, so I should start thinking about a family. No, that's not what it means. Relatives means you creating goals based on where you are. And it sometimes means that, like, for example, me, I have 2 small kids. And people might put me in a little box of, you can't do all that stuff because you have 2 kids. Well, that means that I'm going to get creative about what it is that I'm going to be doing while I'm working towards these goals, because I understand that I have 2 kids, but that's not going to stop me from getting to where I want to go. So that's what I say when I mean the R in royal is relative. And I'll go into more details in the video on my channel when I talk about royal goals. So each of the letters, I kind of get more, I'm not going to do it on this live, but each of the letters, they have like more meaning behind it. Like for original, like original means you're not going to keep doing the same goals over and over. That's like the definition of insanity, right? You creating the same goal and you're not accomplishing it, and you're just going to write it over again. Like, I'm just going to try again. What are you doing that for? Like, that's the definition of insanity. We're not doing that. So I'm going to go into more details on royal goals on my channel. I just wanted to come on this Facebook Live today because, like I said, timing. Like I couldn't have planned royal goals coming out any other year. Like this was like the right time. I couldn't have planned it any other way. So in 2020, we are doing royal goals, and we're what? #winning in 2020, y'all. So I'm going to end off this video before I wake up my sleeping kids, because guess what? I was creative enough to start doing the Facebook Live as soon as he put his head down, because I'm not playing in 2020 and we are winning in 2020. So having kids is not going to stop me. All right. So all the links of whatever it is I talked about is going to be somewhere on here or on my channel. Go to my Facebook page, Queen Bay Goals, and Queen Bay means queen before anything else. So we are queens before we're mothers. We're queens before we're wives. We're queens before we're girlfriends. We're queens before we're sister, auntie, cousin, friends, because we need to start taking care of ourselves before we start taking care of anybody else. And before I go into it and make this live any longer than it is, just come to my Facebook group, Queen Bay Goals, if you want to hear more, or sign up. Go to my website, Queen Bay Goals. The website is still a work in progress because we're moving from the old website to the new website, and then my YouTube channel, which is linked on my website or on this page. So to learn more about royal goals, make sure you go to either one of those places, and I'm about to log off. So this is my first Facebook Live in Queen Bay Goals, and maybe I'll do some more. We'll see. But I'm not a Facebook Live kind of girl, but we'll see what happens. All right. Timing is everything, and this is the right time for you to start stepping into yourself and doing the things that you know that you are capable of. Because let me tell y'all need to stop playing it small. Y'all need to stop living in these little boxes that people are putting you in, and y'all need to start putting on some dancing shoes and dancing with flair. Because look, I'm telling y'all, we're gonna be winning in 2020. Look at the examples that we have set for us. Look at the royalty that we have set for us. I'm gonna tell you, they weren't playing it safe. They were being very ambitious. All right, y'all, let me stop. I'm done.